7-365, motherfucker, I'm still right on time. Oh, you thought you had me all figured out? Take it from the horse's mouth, you'll never understand me. I told you my plan B is to win your hearts before we win a Grammy. These days ain't shit changed, different toilet, same shit. And I drank a whole gallon of laxatives by accident just to shit on you aspens. Had it been for my past tense, I wouldn't be rapping.
Ladies and gentlemen, into the Facebook world right now, and to my viewers, to my subscribers, this is another episode of Stay Live Forever podcast episode. How's everybody doing today? Like I said, today what I'm going to talk about is what's going on in the streets of Buffalo to New York to and then we're gonna take an imaginary trip to Milwaukee, MLB action and drama in Milwaukee, to the we're gonna take another imaginary trip to Orlando, and before we take that imaginary trip to Orlando, y'all, I wanted to discuss the season opener. Not the results, we already know the results, but we're gonna talk about the testing procedures that the NFL is taking up when they had their season opener in between Kansas City and the Houston, Texas. So we're gonna take that imaginary trip to Kansas City, Missouri. Then we're gonna take another imaginary trip down south to Orlando, Florida, where we call now the NBA bubble playoff and drama so happening, and then I will talk about other things. Today, how's everybody doing today? I hope, like I said, I hope that everybody's being blessed, everybody is being safe and sound. I hope that everybody is doing the proper procedures as usual to take care of themselves while we still have this global poison. And excuse me, I'm sorry about that, y'all. While we still have that global poison occurring, and these rally cries. That's what I'm gonna call it. These rally cries that's happening all throughout the U.S. and the world. I just hope that everybody's being safe and sound, y'all. Hold on for one quick second, y'all. Hold on for one quick second. All right, we back here, y'all. Like I said, I had to take a quick break. Y'all. Like I said, we're gonna talk about some other thoughts that's running through my mind. Like I said, they're called T's Tips of the Day, and shout out to my man Zoe, man. You know what I'm saying, for giving me that idea. That's what I mean by my other thoughts when it comes down to T's Tips of the Day. No, so other thoughts, and then T's tips of the day, tip of the day. You know what I'm saying? So, like I said, I'm glad that everybody is tuning in and stuff like that. So let's get started, y'all. Let's get started. Let me see. Let's go to Buffalo, New York, where the east side part of the city, the residents in particular, the Titus Avenue residents are tired of the violence escalating in their neighborhoods, because in one night there was like 5 shootings happening, y'all. What is causing the violence is that the drugs, this global poison, and the separation of not seeing your loved ones and friends, according to the NAACP and the Buffalo peacemakers. And there has been crimes occurring everywhere within the city, according to WGRZ. Of course, there's going to be crimes not just in Buffalo and everywhere. Of course, there's going to be crimes all over this country, and also there's people within the country that's going to say there's crimes everywhere. There are crimes everywhere, y'all. It's a matter of standing up together. There's residents that are tired of it. It's not just in Buffalo, New York, y'all. It's not just in Buffalo, New York, but it's all over the country. It's all over the country and all over the world. there are people. These rally cries are no joke. These rally cries are that we see throughout TV, or when we even step out to the point where we step outside and we see these rally cries. I mean, these rally cries that are spreading not just in the city of Buffalo, but throughout the U.S. and the world. And people are tired. People are tired. People are so fed up with what's been going on. And the last thing we need is for us to riot amongst each other, cause violence amongst each other. We need to stop. We need to have some type of unity, peace, and love. That's what we need. That's what we need. And then, like I said before, guys, everybody, and like I said again, usually I don't talk about these things, but there's a burning desire in my heart to let's talk about it, man. Let's talk about what it is. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it, y'all. Let's not run away from this, because the more we run away from this, is the more the more we're going to have a stubborn minds in our heart. We being stubborn in our ways, but running away from this. And you know, and then it's going to boil up, and then it's going to occur more of the violence. Then it's going to occur more the aggravation and pain and suffering. We can't run from this. We cannot run we can't run from this. We see it on TV, not just on TV, obviously, like I said. We see it outside, even when we step foot in outside. So of course, there's something has to be done. Like, we got to stop running and start getting ourselves into a place where, yes, something needs to be something needs to be done. We can't just keep running. We have to because either way it goes, y'all, we're going to bump into it at some point. But just face it now, because if we keep running, one day it's gonna not just hit you, it's gonna hit everybody harder than ever. We can't just keep running from this, y'all. That's what I'm gonna say about that for now. Okay. All right. So usually I don't talk about baseball and stuff like that, you know what I'm saying, but let's talk about it. I read something, so let's let us all take a trip to Milwaukee, Wisconsin, where the MLB action occurred, because between the St. Louis Cardinals and the Milwaukee Brewers. Okay, there was an altercation. You know, in baseball, there's always some type of in some games, there's tensions going to be mounted and stuff like that. So there was an altercation occurred between the St. Louis Cardinals manager, Mike, last name is spelled Shildt, Mike Schlitz or something, like that, Mike Schlitz, Yondier Molina, and for the catcher for the Cardinals, and Ryan Braun, the outfielder for the Milwaukee Brewers, y'all. So what happened was that Braun's bat appeared to hit Molina after Braun did not agree with the umpire's call, with the umpire John Baker's call after the second strikeout. So as a result of that, words was exchanged between the catcher and the outfielder, and the manager had to come out, and manager for the Cardinals had to come out. The next thing you know, both teams came out of their respective dugouts, but thank goodness there was no altercations that was occurred. I mean, there was no brawl that occurred. So you know, so typically it's gonna happen. Typically in baseball, there's a lot of animosity that spilled over, y'all. So there's a lot of animosity that spilled over, and that's how it is in baseball. But then again, you just don't want to see that, especially with all the stuff that's going on and stuff like that. So all right, so we're gonna travel, take that imaginary travel from Milwaukee, Wisconsin, all the way to Kansas City. I would say further south, into the further deep south into the Midwest region, where we're gonna go to Kansas City, Missouri, y'all. Okay, now the obviously the end of the NFL season opened up last week Thursday between the Kansas City Chiefs and the Houston Texans. Occurred, y'all. Y'all already know what the score is. I'm not gonna go over that stuff. No, okay, but it's past tense. So, both teams has there was a report according to I think let's see, the Bleacher Report, I believe. Matter of fact, let me just double check that. Yeah, I believe it was the Bleacher Reports that that both teams have been tested for the COVID-19, and they both in both teams, from the players to the staff, to the medical staff. I mean, the training staff to the coaches. They all tested negative, thank God. And the only they said that the only person that was tested positive was the groundskeeper, according to ESPN's Adam Schefter. But he was never around the players and stuff like that. He was never around with the players, so thank God for that. Everybody just they're taking the proper procedures, and for let me see, yes, and it was the according to the Bleacher Report. Okay, so the goal that Roger Goodell and several goals wanted to occur. Excuse me, I'm sorry, y'all. I have a little bugs around here, but I'll take care of that, no problem. The goal for Roger Goodell was, when it comes down to the season, with their preparations, their procedure for the season with this global poison that's still here, y'all. Is that he stated that positive tests will occur. It's just a matter of isolating those that particular player or those particular players from the team and treating them effectively and quickly based on the medical personnel in place. Like I said, so they're taking the proper procedures to take care of this. I do agree with Anthony Fossey saying that they should have had a bubble. They should have had some type of bubble. Like, they probably should have had it, or maybe in like one city or to like about 4 cities. Have, like, in my suggestion, they probably should have a bubble just to be safe and, you know, safe and sound. Maybe it should be 4 teams hosting this this bubble. Maybe they'll do it in the long run. I don't know if they are planning stuff like that too. So I think that excuse me, y'all. I think that maybe they do need to build some type of bubble system during the playoffs or something like that. And like I said, I know what the NFL is doing so far, because I know based on a few games that I've seen, I know they're hosted by Postmates, a company that's what type of company is that? That are conducting the virtual crowd noise and stuff like that. I thought it was the actual DJ that each team each stadium would have, y'all. Matter of fact, let me see. Postmates. Okay. Okay. Yeah. So they're doing the virtual crowd noise and stuff like that. The company called Postmates. Like I said, that's what they're doing. And it's nice for the NFL to bring the crowd involved into it, because this is unprecedented times. This is not just unprecedented times, unusual times that we're living in. So they're just trying. Everybody I know that they're just trying to do the best that they can to accommodate everyone, including the fans, especially because fans make the NFL go. Fans are the truest people that make the NFL go. And also, yeah, and they had some audacity to be booing too. I've seen the highlights that booing during the time where everybody was showing their protesting and stuff like that. Excuse me, I'm sorry about that, y'all. they're showing the players and coaches was showing, just basically showing, look, man, we're here to take a stand. We're not going to put up with this. So why we not just telling you? We're showing you that we're not going to put up with this. Roger Goodell is fine with it and stuff like that, and he now understands the meaning why, and he cares about his players, and we care about the fans as well. So that's good part on the NFL, y'all. That is good. That's the good part on the NFL. Let me see what we get into here. Oh man. Okay, let me see. Go through this for a second, y'all. I apologize, y'all. And shout out to, like I said, shout out to all my subscribers. Shout out to all my viewers. By the way, man, we gonna get into it. We're getting into it. We here, man. We getting into it. Now, okay. Now, did anybody see the NBA, man, what's been going on lately, man? Listen, first of all, I want to talk about the Celtics versus the Heat, game 1, y'all. Game 1. Okay. We're gonna talk about it. We're gonna definitely talk about it. If I can get my stuff to be stay still for a second, that would be nice. Like I said, so we're gonna take another imaginary trip from Kansas City, Missouri, all the way. Okay, we're gonna figure this out. Okay, in Jesus' name, we will figure this out. Okay, all right, we're gonna take an imaginary trip from Kansas City, Missouri, all the way to Orlando, Florida, y'all. Like I said, this NBA bubble and then the suspense of not just the bubble, but the bubble playoffs suspense. That's why I call it, y'all. It's been popping. Okay, let me go over the stats with the Celtics, y'all. Okay, for the Celtics, Jason Tatum played 43 minutes. 30. He put up 30 points and 14 boards. Jaylen Brown played 44 minutes, 17 points. Kemba Walker played 43 minutes, and he scored 19 points. While Marcus Smart, which he has been a major contributor for the Boston Celtics. He's been making key shots, y'all. He played for 43 minutes and 26 points. Robert Williams only played 11 minutes. He had like 2 points and 4 boards. Daniel Tice, as they pronounce it, he played for 43 minutes. He only had 4 points, 4 boards, and 3 assists. You know that Gordon Hayward was out of the game still with the ankle sprain. And Brad Wanamaker, yeah, he's a Wanamaker. You know what I'm saying? He want to make them shots. You want to be the one making them shots and making key plays. He only contributed. He only played for like 25 minutes but put up 11 points. Okay. We're gonna go to Miami now. Jimmy Butler, he played 43 minutes and 20 points. Tyler Hero, he played 40 minutes, 12. He had 12 points and 11 boards. Bam Adebayo, he played 43 minutes as well, and he had 18 points. Duncan Robinson, he played 17 minutes. He only had 6 points. Goran Dragic, he played for 39 minutes and had 29 points. Jalen Crowder, he played 39 minutes as well. 22 points. He had 22 points. Excuse me. Kelly Olynyk, he played 39 minutes and had Kelly Olynyk, he played for 10 minutes. He only had 4 points, 1 assist, and 2 boards. Andre Iguodala, which I think he needs to step up more for them to go to the finals. He only played for like 15 minutes, 3 points, 1 assist, and 1 board. one rebound. Excuse me. That's what I mean by the boards, y'all. For those who don't keep in track with basketball and stuff like that. Okay. Now let me see here. Okay. Now to me the key of the game, keys of the game for Boston is this: the first point. Marcus Smart, he scored about 10 points in the first quarter. Jason Tatum had scored 8 points in the first quarter. So so as a result of that, it was a good offensive start in the first quarter by the team. The fourth key of the game for Boston to me is that the offense is capitalizing off of the offensive boards in the second quarter. The fifth point was Jaylen Brown making a wide open 3-point shot. I think towards the second quarter or something like that, somewhere in the game, because it was as a result of the Jalen Crowder missing his defensive assignments. Yes, it was at this end of the second quarter. The 6 point that I want to make of the sixth key of the game for Boston is that there was a bad pass to Daniel Tice from Jason Tatum early in the third quarter. Marcus Smart he had a finishing layup, and draws a foul on Duncan Robinson. Let me see, and then Kemba Walker was sent to the line, went to the free throw line because there was a bad foul on Kendrick Nunn. Because what happened is that Kendrick Nunn, as soon as Kemba Walker hit the shot, he tried to go up and block it, and I guess allegedly he was touching, but they said that it was a foul, y'all. And that was a bad foul on his part. That's according to them. Let me see. And then Brian Wanamaker, the ninth key of the game is that Brian Wanamaker went coast to coast to make a layup, causing the Heat to use their timeout early in the fourth quarter. The 10th key of the game for the Celtics is that Marcus Smart made a wide open 3-point shot within the fourth quarter, and then you keep leaving him open. People keep leaving him open over throughout the playoffs. He's going to make it almost every time. I would say about 8 out of 10 times. 8 out of 10 times, y'all, he's going to make it. Marcus Smart, you keep leaving him open. And you keep leaving him open, he's going to make those threes. He's going to make those threes if you give him the opportunity. So, if defense want to keep believing him open, he's going to make you pay. He's going to make you pay. Anyway, the 11th key to the game for Boston is that Jason Tatum missed a shot to win the game. And now the game went to overtime. Jaylen Brown, the 12th key of the game is that Jaylen Brown, right? He had it with the excellent tip to make the shot. The 13 key of the game was for Boston is that there was a sidestep shot that Kemba Walker made right over Tyler Hero in overtime, y'all. Okay, so let me see here. All right. So now I want to talk about the keys of the game for the Heat, y'all. Just bear with me over here. Okay, we got it. Now, the keys of the game for the Miami Heat is that Jimmy Butler got handled. He got handled, but he's not a point guard. He's not a true point guard. And he's not a true point guard. So I wouldn't have him constantly handling the ball all the time, even though he's pretty good with the handle. The second key of the game is Kelly Olynyk made a great pass to Tyler Hero, but Tyler couldn't handle the pass. So they just got to be careful with how they pass the ball. have the right person, in my opinion, pass the ball and stuff like that. Now the third key of the game for the for Miami is that Gordon Dragic was being aggressive offensively, because that's why he put up the 29 points that he had. As far as no, he had the 29 points and stuff. And the fourth key of the game was that Duncan Robinson missed the first 3-point shot, but made the second one through Jimmy Butler grabbing the offensive board during the game. Let me see. And there, the fifth key of the game was that Duncan Robinson was in trouble with 3 at the time. Let me see. The sixth key of the game was that it was an excellent block by Iguodala in the second quarter. Which, like I told you before, guys, I think that Andre Iguodala, for Miami to run this, he has to be that guy off of the bench that's going to provide a spark. That's one of the sparks that he has made. Let me see here. Now the seventh key of the game, there was a wide open 3-point shot made by Jay Crowder in the second quarter, and another wide open shot that he made during the third quarter, and the ninth, which was what I just talked about, was the 8th key of the game. Now the ninth key of the game, was that Bam and Adebayo made a nice pass to Gordon Dragic for Dragic to make the easy bucket. Okay, now let me see here. Okay, let's see here. We're gonna get this right. I'm getting adjusted to this. Let me see. Now the 10th key of the game for Miami is that there was a bad defense on Jalen Crowder's part. That's why Jaylen Brown was able to make the shot. Because I think they were playing like a zone or something like that, like a 2-3 zone. But Jalen Crowder, he was too close to the basket instead of paying attention to the he was paying attention to he was getting too close to the basket instead of just paying attention to the guy that was let me see, to the guy that was off the wing. You know what I'm saying? That was right on the baseline. That's how come Jaylen Brown was able to make that pass, y'all. Okay, now the 11th key to the game is that Jimmy Butler was on the ground and made an excellent pass to Jalen Crowder during the third quarter. Now, this is the Eastern Conference Finals. You do what it takes. You have to be sharp. You always have to be sharp during the game. But when it comes down to the Eastern Conference Finals, y'all, they was sharp. They was on point. That was excellent. That was excellent offensive awareness by Jimmy Butler. Okay. Now the 12th key of the game is that there was a nice aggressive take to the hole by Goran Dragic during the third quarter, and which leads me to my 13th point, because Gordon Dragic found himself in foul trouble with 3 at the time, and then the 14th key of the game is that it was a good finishing layup by Tyler Hero during the fast break, and then there was now the 15th key of the game was that there was a technical foul on Kelly Olynyk. Yes, because he kicked the ball to the referees, I think, or something like that. He just kicked the ball, as far as I know. And then there was the 16th point is that there was a bad pass by Andre Iguodala, was causing a turnover. And like I said, the 17th key of the beginning is that what I talked about earlier. There was a bad there was a bad foul on Kendrick Nunn, number 25 Kendrick Nunn. Yeah, I was talking about when I talked about it earlier when Kemba Walker made the shot and stuff like that. You never foul a jump shooter. That for those of y'all that knows what I'm talking about. Those of y'all that used to playing basketball and stuff like that. Those of y'all that used to playing basketball and stuff like that. For those of y'all that don't even watch basketball, don't get into that sport, that's a cardinal sin. When you fouling a jump shooter, you never do it. Let him shoot the ball. Just let him shoot. Like if you don't got the range to block him. If you don't got the range to block him, don't block him. Let him just take the shot. You hope that he misses and move forward. That's a cardinal sin. That's a cardinal sin when it comes down to the game of basketball, y'all. So keep that in mind for you ballers out there, you know what I'm saying, that likes the game of basketball, that not just like it. It's for those who love the game of basketball as well. That's a cardinal sin. Never foul a jump shooter. Okay. Now, because what happened was that he was trying to Kendrick Nunn was trying to block the shot, the 3-point shot attempt by Kemba Walker. I think that was and then that sent Kemba Walker to the line as well. So, like I said, y'all, that's a cardinal sin when you that's a straight up cardinal sin when you're doing that. When you're doing that, y'all. So you got to be careful. The Heat got to be careful because I can tell they're the type of team that get into early foul trouble. Now the 18th point is that Bam Adebayo should have made the shot because he was close to the basket. This happened during the fourth quarter. The 19th key of the game is that Duncan Robinson made a key 3-point shot. Because it caught. So once Duncan Robinson for the Heat, this is the 19th point. This is the 19th key of the game that I was talking about. He made the shot. He made the 3-point shot, and that forced the Celtics to use a timeout. Because obviously the coach didn't like what he was seeing out there. I think that the Heat was making a run. So the 20th key of the game for the Heat is that Dragic he made a layup and Bam Adebayo with a dunk because they capitalized off of the Celtics turning over the ball a couple times during the fourth quarter. Now on the 21st key of the game for the Heat is that the coach challenged him to play. They're saying that they said that Dragic was fouled Kemba Walker on the 3-point shot, which didn't happen. He didn't do it, and that's what happened. So the challenge was successful. Now the on the part of the Miami Heat. Now the 22nd point. So the 27th key of the game for Miami is that there was an excellent block. There was an excellent block by Bam Adebayo as he blocked the shot of Jaylen Brown as Jaylen Brown was going for the layup. That was an excellent key block shot during blocking his layup during the fourth quarter. Now the 23rd. Excuse me, y'all. I'm sorry. The 23rd key of the game for Miami is that a 3-point shot was made by Tyler Hero, and that leads me to my 24th key of the game for Miami, and because Jimmy Butler made a key 3-point shot during that game. And then my 25th key of the game is that Jay Crowder made a wide open 3-point shot. My thing is this. Okay, matter of fact, hold on for a second. Let me tell you something. Let me see. You can't keep leaving jump shooters wide open. Boston should have been able to they needed to be better sound defensively. They need to be better sound defensively. They need to be sound defensively. They need to be better sound defensively. But you can't keep leaving good shooters wide open. You can't do that. Can't do that. You just cannot do that. I'm trying to tell y'all, man, you leave these good shooters open, they're going to make it. Majority of the time, they're going to make their buckets. Majority of the time. So what Boston needs to do is to tighten up their defensive assignments. That's what they need to do. For a game, which I'm gonna elaborate on that anyway. But let me finish up the keys of the game for the Heat. Now the 26 of the game. Jimmy Butler came with the strong move to the basket over Jason Tatum, and the 27th point, the ultimate key of the game was for Miami is that Bam Adebayo made an excellent block when Jason went to the hole. I'm telling you, if you're gonna be, that's championship basketball, y'all. That is championship basketball. You do what it takes to win. That is championship basketball. You know what I'm saying? That's championship basketball. Championship basketball right there. Let me go over the stats for both teams. Okay, let me go over the stats for both teams, y'all. Okay, let me see here. I'll make this as quick as possible. Okay. Now let me go over the stats for both teams, y'all. For both teams, let me see here. The Heat had an advantage in the field goal percentage over the Celtics because it was 47.1%. They were shooting 44.85 over the Celtics because the Celtics their field goal percentage overall was 44.3. That's 39. They went 39 for 88. Now in terms of the 3-point field goal advantage, you had the Heat won that advantage. They did 44.4, which was six. They went 16 for 36 over the Celtics. They went 15 for 42, which leads them into the 35.7 percent. Excuse me. Now, in terms of the free throws, the advantage went to the Celtics. They made 21 for 23. Which gave them a percentage of 91.3, as opposed to the Miami Heat. They went 21 for 28, 75%, y'all. Now, in terms of the boards, in terms of the total rebounds, the advantage went to Miami. They had 41 total rebounds over the Celtics. They just had 37, y'all. In terms of the assists, excuse me, y'all. Sorry about that. In terms of the assists, y'all, give them the Miami Heat won that battle. They calculated they had 32 assists as opposed to the Celtics. They had 24. In terms of blocks, they were both teams were even with 6. The steals. The Celtics won that battle. They had 9 as the Heat only had 6. Turnovers. You don't want to have turnovers. No. That's a negative. I'll give that to Boston because they had the less turnovers with 10, and because the Heat had 12 turnovers. Points in the paint. The Heat won that battle. They had 40. They made 48 points in terms of points in the paint, and the Celtics only had 26. And in terms of personal fouls, Heat had the less personal fouls, the least personal fouls, so they won that advantage. It was 23, and the Celtics only had 25, y'all. Like I said to you, who do y'all think is going to win Game 2 between the Heat and the Celtics? Obviously, if Celtics can get on a good high start, here's an advantage. Here's an advantage for these Celtics. Here's an advantage for these Celtics, y'all. Here we go. If the Celtics have that early start, offensive start, and abide by their defensive assignments, they can win this game. And for the advantage for the Miami Heat, if they can find ways to have critical stops, and they can go on the spurt, they can go on the runs and capitalize on in the points of the paint and the rebounds. The Heat can also that's the only way they'll win. If they can capitalize on their shooting percentage and stuff like that. So I just gave y'all who do y'all think is gonna win Game 2 between the Heat and the Celtics, y'all. All right. Now let's really talk about something here. Can we talk about Game 7? I know that everybody around every sports network across this country has been talking about the Game 7. Where Game 7 matters in the playoffs. Yes, and yes. Come on now. Let's talk about it. Okay. Oh yeah, by the way, before I even get to that, let me tell y'all the final score. The final score was okay. In overtime, the Heat won over the Celtics 117 to 114, y'all. Let's see. Okay. Now let's talk about it. Can we talk about Game 7 between the Nuggets and the Clippers? Let's just talk about it, please. I'm going to run through the keys of the game. Of course, I'm going to run for the stats and the keys of the game. No problem. Obviously, that's why I'm here. Okay. The Nuggets, let's see. The Nuggets won the game 104 to 89, y'all. Look. All right, let me go over these stats and stuff, like keys of the game that helped the Nuggets win real quickly here. Okay. Jamal Murray, he played for 45 minutes. He played for 45 minutes. He had 40 points. Nikolai Jokic, aka the Joker, he played 40 minutes. He had 16 points, 13 assists, 22 rebounds. That's phenomenal. That's phenomenal. Okay, Monte Morris, he only played 13 minutes for 5 points. Jeremy Grant, he played 31 minutes for he had 14 points. Paul Millsap played 32 minutes. He only had 6 points. Michael Porter Jr., he only played for 15 minutes, only had 2 points. And Gary Harris, 37. He played 37 minutes. And excuse me, y'all. Sorry about that. And he only had 14 points, as opposed to the Clippers, y'all. Paul George only had 10 points while he played for 38 minutes. Kawhi Leonard had 14 points. Yep. Kawhi Leonard had 14 points, and he played while he played for 44. While he played for 44 minutes. Okay, let me see here. Let me just double check that just to make sure I got it right. I'm sure I got it right, but I just want to double check real quickly, y'all. I do want to check real quick. Let's see. Okay. Let me see here. Okay, let me see here. Yep. Okay. So I was right then. Yes, I was right. Okay. All right. Now, now Patrick Beverly only played 30 minutes, 11, and he only had put up 11 points. Lou Williams played 25 minutes, and he only had 7. That's inexcusable. Montrezl Harrell, the reigning sixth man of the year, he played for 26 minutes, and put up 20 points. Ivica Zubac played 14 minutes, and he only had 6. Jermichael Green played for 24 minutes, only had 11 points, and Marcus Morris Sr. He played. Let me see. He played 26 minutes, and he only had 7 points. Now I'm gonna tell you my thoughts about those games real quickly here. But I want to get to the keys of the game first. Okay, let me see here. Okay, for the Nuggets, the keys of the games to me was this: is that there was a bad pass by Jamal Murray in the first quarter. Jamal Murray scored 25 points in the first half. He really got going in the second quarter. Because he got going in the second quarter, scoring 20 points. Nikolai Jokic was doing multiple things for the team to win, rebounding, passing effectively. Because obviously you guys know that he's the main focal point of the offense. He's the main focal point of the team. So okay, now the fourth key of the game is that Jeremy Grant made 2 key 3-point shots to force the Clippers to call a timeout. The fifth key of the game is that Nikola Jokic knows how to get out of those double teams, and that's what's my 5th key of the game. Now the 6th key of the game is that Jeremy Grant was in foul trouble with 4. The 7th key of the game was that Monte Morris made a key 2-point shot to end the third quarter. And the 8th key points is that Jamal Murray made a key 3-point shot to force the Clippers to timeout. I'm telling you, Jamal Murray, he's something else, by the way. And as opposed to now, I'm gonna talk about the keys of the game for the Clippers. The key points of the game for the Clippers was that Patrick Beverly made a wide open 3-point shot during the third quarter. The first shot in the fourth quarter made in the 4th minute of the fourth quarter. I'm gonna get to that, but let me read the other key points of the game. It was a bad foul of Paul George. It pushed the team in the penalty box. It was bad shooting. The fourth key of the game was that there was bad shooting all the way around, especially from your 2 stars, y'all, which was obviously Kawhi Leonard and Paul George, and where the playoff stakes matter. Let me go over the stats for the Let me just go over the stats in terms of the game, y'all. For the let's see here, yeah, for the Nuggets. Let me see here. For the Nuggets, yeah. Matter of fact, we are just going to go over this real quickly here. We're gonna do this real quick here. Okay, let's do it just like this for a second. Give me a Okay, we're going to do it just like this. That's beautiful. Right there. Beautiful. Now I can see what I'm doing. Okay, now you got to, in terms of the stats, we're going to talk about that real quick before I get more into the Clippers, more into this game right here. Okay. Now, the Nuggets had the advantage in terms of field goal percentage because they had they made 38 of 77, which is for them. So they were 50%. They made 50% of their shots, their field goal shots. 50%. It was like exactly 49.4%, as opposed to the Clippers. They only made 34 of 90, which was near 38%. We're gonna call it that. In terms of 3-point field goal percentage, the advantage was the Nuggets. They made 13 of 37, which gave them 35%, about 35.1% to be exact. If y'all want to roll it off, it's 35%. Fine. As opposed to the Clippers, they only made 9 for 35, which gave them 26, rounded off to 26%. Rounded off to 26% because it was exactly 25.7. Just rounded off to 26. Fine, whatever. But it's still terrible. It's just terrible. Anyway, the free throw percentage made the Nuggets were had the advantage over the Clippers because the Nuggets made 15 of 16 in terms of free throw shots, which was 93.8 to be exact. 93.8 percentage, as opposed to the and then for the Clippers, it was like they only made 12 for 16, 75%. In terms of the boards, the Nuggets had that one. It was 53 over. It was 53 boards in terms of the total boards, total rebounds that they had. And the opposing team 37. The Nuggets won the assist advantage over the Clippers because they had 22 and the Clippers only had 21. In terms of the blocks, the Nuggets had 5 and the Clippers had 3. In terms of the steals, the Clippers won that advantage over the Nuggets because the Clippers had 8 steals during the game as opposed to the Nuggets. They had 4 during the game. Now the turnovers, the Clippers won that. They had 10 turnovers. But the Nuggets had 20 turnovers. In terms of points to the paint, the Clippers won that battle 46-36. And they were, in terms of personal fouls, both teams were dead even. Now, what I'm gonna say is this: you had the Clippers. Y'all have a previous 6-man award winner in Lou Williams. Y'all have Montrezl Harrell, who just won the 6th Man of the Year. You got two, and then you got quality players. On top of that, y'all got 2 all-star caliber, all-star players in Kawhi Leonard and Paul George. There is no excuse to have those type of players and not even win this game. Not even the game. Not even in this series. I'll give y'all 3 words that start with P. It was poor, pitiful, and pathetic. I'm gonna say it one more time. I'm gonna give y'all 3 P letters. The 3 words that start with P. Once again, poor, pitiful, pathetic. There is no way. There is no way. Yes, but you have to give the Nuggets credit. Because they got people. Once Jokic get hot, he's unstoppable. Once Jamal Murray get hot in terms of points, he gets, there's no stopping him. But there's no reason. There's no reason at all. It was the performance, not just in this game, but the performance out throughout the series was poor, pitiful, pathetic. Yes, it was. I said it. not just for this game, but throughout the whole series. It was pathetic. It was poor, pitiful, pathetic. How? And especially y'all led the series 3-1. It was poor, pitiful, pathetic how they finished out. Point blank, period. My opinion is this. Y'all need to go back to the drawing board, obviously. Go back to the drawing board. Go back to the drawing board. The Clippers organization need to go back to the drawing board. They got the people in place. I just think that they just need a power forward. Get back to tradition. Get back to tradition of kicking it out. They need a power forward that can score the basket, that can score in the paint. Even though yes, they won that advantage in the game 7 because it was obviously once again they had the advantage in terms of points in the paint. But still, it's still no excuse. It's still no excuse. Y'all got all this talent. All this talent. It's a matter of production. It's a matter of producing. It's a matter of production. How? Just how? Tell me how y'all not only lost this game, y'all lost the whole series. Because when it matters the most, you're in the fourth quarter. The game, your playoff lives is at stake. Y'all can't get a bucket until the 4th minute of the game in the fourth quarter? Unacceptable. Unacceptable. Unexcusable. No, it's like I said, it was, I'm going to give y'all the 3 words that start with P. It was poor, it was pitiful, and pathetic. How? Y'all got top-notch players on y'all squad. Y'all should have been able to shut the Nuggets down, even though, like I told you, it's no stopping Jamal Murray once he get going, and it's no stopping Jokic once he get going. I'm trying to tell y'all, man, it was, for the Clippers, give y'all the 3 P, your 3 letter words that start with P. It was poor, it was pitiful, it was pathetic. That's all I got to say, man. That's all I got to say, man. What does everybody else think? What does everybody else think, y'all? Tell me y'all thoughts and stuff like that. Tell me y'all thoughts, man. As the who was gonna now obviously the Nuggets is in the Western Conference Finals. Who's gonna win that? Who's gonna win that between the Nuggets and the Lakers, y'all? Y'all want to comment below? Y'all want to just join in live? Y'all more than welcome to join in live, y'all. Like I said, this is another episode of the Stay Live Forever podcast. And this is your host, Teriso Johnny Hunt. But overall performance was bad, especially for the Clippers, especially when y'all had the 3-1. Y'all had a 3-1 advantage in the series. Y'all lose the game like that. Y'all can't shoot the ball. Matter of fact, y'all need some shooters. To me, maybe they need a few more shooters. Maybe one more shooter. And they need a power forward, in my opinion. But overall performance was poor, pitiful, and pathetic. Y'all got all this talent on. It was pitiful, poor, and pathetic. It was. It was, y'all. It was. It was. It was. It was poor. The Clippers, it was poor, pitiful, pathetic. It was poor, y'all. It was poor. It was poor. Okay. Anyway, there was some other stuff that I wanted to talk about real quickly here. It was real. Okay, let me see something here. There was some other stuff that I wanted to talk about real quickly here. Real quick. I know that let me see here if I got it. In the terms of the WNBA. Okay. Okay, because I know my phone is my phone is acting up right now. I know it's running low. All I'm going to say is this. The MVP for the 2020 WNBA It went to Asia Wilson. She was averaging about almost 21 points, almost 9 boards, and 2 assists and 2 blocks. She was in the third year of the league. The Las Vegas Aces, yes, the Las Vegas Aces were the number 1 seed within the playoffs. So I know, just stay tuned in. I haven't been keeping track with that, but stay tuned in, stay plugged into that, and congratulations to Asia Wilson. Fine. Okay. And let me see here. It's giving me a hard time to pull up here. Okay. Let me see if I can't pull it up. I wanted to give y'all a COVID-19 update, y'all. Okay. Let me see. Let me make this real quick for y'all. Okay, they say, according to the Facebook COVID-19 Information Center, for those of y'all that's in Facebook, go ahead, check it out. But I'm going to read it to y'all according to today's date. Okay, weekly jobless claims steady at 860,000 as the pandemic continues to weigh on the U.S. labor market. The second theme is that the Federal Reserve pledges to keep interest rates near zero for at least till 2023, as it seeks to bring back the economy out of the recession. It's a lot. It's a lot we're going through right now. It's for this global poison, y'all. And also the 21st final point is that the 21st U.S. Open Championship commenced today with no spectators after a 3-month delay due to the pandemic. Okay, now, this is T's points of the day. My point to you guys is that, like I said, do what you can, guys. Like I said, do what you can, guys. Be safe out here. Make all the money that you can get, guys. Being on time at your workplaces. Make sure you're being, like I said, make sure you're being safe and sound. Do the proper procedures. And then when things is on the line, y'all have to make it count. Make it count. Just make it count. Wherever something's on the line, whatever is going on in your life is on the line. Whatever you on the line, wherever something is on the line, you have to take the necessary precautions to get out of that situation. Get out of that situation. Do what you have to do. You have to make sacrifices. I know everybody don't want to make those sacrifices, especially during this global poison that we're going. Just make it count, y'all. Do what you have to do to make it count. Until the next time, y'all. Like I said, this is another episode of Stay Live Forever podcast, and your boy, as usual, is Teresa Johnny Hunts. Until the next time, y'all. Part 2 is coming up because I know that the Heat and the Celtics are playing tonight. There's Thursday night football, y'all. Who do y'all got between the Bengals and the Browns? I think I'm going to go with the Bengals. I would like to see Joe Burrow do his thing and win for that team. Okay. Until next time, y'all. Peace. One love.